Were you aware that Judge Boasberg hates Republicans like the devil hates holy water?
Senator, I do not know Judge Boasberg,
Yeah.
and I'm not aware
Boasberg.
of who he hates.
Okay. Did you look up the names of the people being subpoenaed, whose records were subpoenaed?
In responding to the subpoena, Senator, we produced the subscriber names.
Did you look up the names, see who they were?
Personally, no.
Just give me one more minute, Madam Chair. So let me get this straight. You get a subpoena from Jack Smith, who's been on the front page of every paper, with an order signed by Judge Boasberg saying these guys might destroy records, and you didn't look up the names. Is that your testimony?
Senator, when our analysts responded to the subpoena...
Is that your testimony?
Yeah.
Don't stall me.
Senator John Kennedy delivers one of the most devastating congressional interrogations in recent history as he exposes Verizon's role in Jack Smith's alleged surveillance of Republican senators. Watch as Kennedy systematically dismantles every corporate excuse and reveals a pattern of compliance with what he characterizes as politically weaponized law enforcement. In this heated Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, Kennedy confronts Verizon's general counsel over the company's decision to turn over senators' records without resistance, without appeals, and without even notifying the senators being surveilled. The absent CEO, the corporate scandals, the political implications, every layer of this story gets exposed in real time. This isn't just about Verizon. It's about corporate accountability, political surveillance, privacy rights, and whether America has a two-tiered justice system. Let's dive into the main video.
Mr. Miller, you're the general counsel of Verizon, is that right?
Of our consumer group, Senator.
Who is your CEO?
Dan Schulman is the CEO
Could you
of
get
Verizon.
closer to the mic, please?
Dan Schulman is
Why
the CEO
isn't he
of
here
Verizon.
today?
Senator, I understood that you wanted a legal department representative here.
No, we invited him. Why didn't he come?
Senator, that was my understanding is that you were looking for legal department testimony.
Well, does he know you're here?
Yes, Senator.
Oh. Is he too tired? I mean, is he too busy to come?
Absolutely not. Mr. Schulman is very focused on finding the right solutions for
Yeah,
the committee.
I can
and
tell.
We've been talking about.
Does he not respect the United States Senate?
He absolutely respects the United States Senate.
Maybe he's tired. Could he be tired? I looked up his salary last year. He made $71 million. Maybe he's been up all night counting his money and he's tired. Could that be it?
No, Senator. Mr. Schulman has only recently been appointed the CEO of Verizon.
Were you general counsel when Verizon had to pay $93.5 million because it cheated the taxpayers of this country by charging on invoices to the GSA?
Senator, can you say a little bit more? I'm not.
You don't remember that?
I'm not familiar. I'm sure
Oh,
you're
okay.
familiar with what you're talking about.
Were you CEO when the FCC fined Verizon $46.9 billion because you shared location data of your customers with third parties?
I am not now and have never been the CEO of Verizon, but I'm
I
familiar.
mean, were you general counsel?
I was not in my current role, but I'm familiar with the matter you're talking about.
Yeah. Were you general counsel of Verizon when Verizon had to pay $30 million in ERISA litigation for cheating their own employees?
Senator, I have some familiarity with that matter. I was not in my current role.
Thought you might. Were you general counsel of Verizon when you guys and gals implemented racial quotas in hiring?
Senator, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
Yes,
I do disagree with
yes,
the
you do.
suggestion that.
Yes, you do. You know perfectly well what I'm talking about, counsel. Were you general counsel of Verizon when Verizon implemented quotas in hiring based on gender?
Senator, I'm not aware of Verizon ever implementing quotas
Sure you are.
in hiring.
That's
based on
illegal,
gender.
isn't it? You know it's illegal, don't you?
I understand it's illegal, Senator, and I'm not aware of Verizon ever having done that.
Yeah. Well, you took con law?
I did, Senator.
Okay. Were you in the Frisbee or in the quad playing Frisbee during the part about you can't discriminate against people on the basis of race and gender?
Senator, I'm well aware you cannot discriminate on the basis of race or
Okay.
gender.
Were you
To my
general-
knowledge, Verizon has never
Were you
done
general counsel when you required all your employees to go to classes based on, to teach them about critical race theory, including, quote, systemic racism, white fragility, and intersectionality?
that. Senator, that has never happened.
Yes, I did. You're under oath, counsel. All right, so you got this subpoena from Jack Smith for senator's records. Did you know who Jack Smith was?
I am aware of who Jack Smith was,
Yeah,
Senator.
you knew at the time that Jack Smith worked for President Biden, and the Attorney General, President Biden's appointee, hired Jack Smith to prosecute a former President of the United States, a former opponent of President Biden, and a current opponent of President Biden, and everybody associated with him. You were aware of that?
Senator, I'm aware of the nature of Mr. Smith's investigation.
Yeah, I thought you would be. And you get this order along with the names that the federal government wants you to divulge that says the people on this list we think might destroy evidence or tamper with witnesses. And it was signed by Judge Boasberg. Is that right?
We did receive a non-disclosure order
Yeah.
signed
Did you
by
know who Judge Boasberg was?
Senator, I was not involved in reviewing that non-disclosure
Oh, well,
order,
you did.
but
As general counsel?
I am aware of who
This
Judge
was just
Boasberg
a
is.
frivolous thing to you? Were you aware that Judge Boasberg hates Republicans like the devil hates holy water?
Senator, I do not know Judge Boasberg,
Yeah.
and I'm not aware
Boasberg.
of who he hates.
Okay. Did you look up the names of the people being subpoenaed, whose records were subpoenaed?
In responding to the subpoena, Senator, we produced the subscriber names.
Did you look up the names, see who they were?
Personally, no.
Just give me one more minute, Madam Chair. So let me get this straight. You get a subpoena from Jack Smith, who's been on the front page of every paper, with an order signed by Judge Boasberg saying these guys might destroy records, and you didn't look up the names. Is that your testimony?
Senator, when our analysts responded to the subpoena,
Is that your testimony?
Yeah.
Don't stall me.
No, I'm trying to answer your question, Senator.
No, you're not. You're trying to stall me. You know I'm out of time.
Senator, when our analysts responded to the subpoena, part of that response would have included the subscriber names associated with the accounts.
Give me one more minute, Madam Chair, please.
Without
I
objection.
beg you. Did your board of directors know you guys were doing all this? You got, on your board of directors, you got representatives from Starbucks, Coca-Cola, UPS, Longhorn Steakhouse, Olive Garden. Did they know you guys were doing all this?
Senator, can you help me understand what you mean by all of this?
You broke the law
No, Senator. Verizon
for
did not break the
negligence.
law.
It's called malpractice. You just turned over the records. Did you appeal the order?
No, Senator. We did
Did you
not.
call the senators?
No, Senator.
Did you file a motion to quash?
No, Senator. We followed
You
our-
just accepted, you just took the information that Jack Smith and Judge Boasberg gave you and sucked it up like a Hoover Deluxe, didn't you?
Senator, we followed the law and
No, you didn't.
produced the records.
Counselor, you ought to hide your head in a bag. And this isn't over. And all the rest of you should too.
Senator Kennedy's interrogation of the Verizon executive was nothing short of a defining moment in the fight against corporate complicity and government overreach. His relentless questioning exposed a disturbing reality that every American should find deeply troubling. One of the nation's largest telecommunications companies handed over private records of sitting United States senators without lifting a finger in resistance. Kennedy didn't just ask questions, he delivered a masterclass in accountability, stripping away corporate double-speak to reveal what appears to be a coordinated effort between big tech and politically motivated law enforcement. The facts are damning. Verizon received a subpoena from Jack Smith, a special counsel appointed by a Biden administration attorney general to investigate Biden's chief political rival. The order came with a gag provision signed by a Judge Kennedy rightly questioned for potential bias. It characterized senators as potential evidence destroyers and witness tamperers, serious allegations that deserved serious scrutiny. Yet Verizon did nothing. No appeal, no motion to quash, no phone call to warn the senators that their privacy was being invaded. They simply complied. Kennedy's exposure of Verizon's corporate history made the company's credibility collapse entirely. Nearly $100 million in government fraud settlements, massive FCC fines for privacy violations, cheating their own employees. This is not a company that deserves blind trust. When the general counsel couldn't even recall these scandals or denied knowledge of discriminatory practices Kennedy referenced, it became clear this wasn't mere ignorance but willful institutional amnesia. Most damning was the CEO's absence. When you make $71 million and can't be bothered to face Congress over surveillance of senators, it reveals contempt for democratic oversight. Kennedy's warning that this isn't over should terrify every corporation that believes compliance with politically weaponized requests is easier than defending constitutional principles. Senator Kennedy stood for every American's privacy rights, for senatorial independence from executive branch intimidation, and for the proposition that corporations cannot be silent partners in political persecution. His performance was a triumph of accountability over corporate arrogance.